didn't raise this baby.
I put the seed in it. Hello and welcome to Talkcast Podshow, where we're going to talk about things, because we're the best show on the internet, guaranteed. I'm joined here by my compatriots.
We have been planning this name for so long.
We have all 5 minutes.
No,
before,
10. Twice
10 minutes. We came up with this 10 minutes
much.
before we started this.
I'd like to point out that the best show on the internet was actually one of the names we originally
Now it's a tagline.
pitched.
I'm going to have several different taglines.
So now,
don't worry.
okay,
I think
cool.
we can
Hey.
still use it. Just put quotations around it.
Yeah, you know what? Keep coming up with different
Yeah.
taglines. I like that.
I was also going to throw in like America's #1 brand of butter. You can't prove me wrong.
Is that Land O'Lakes?
I don't know. It is pretty iconic. You see it in every grocery store. What kind? Is that the kind of butter you buy?
No, because my husband and I are fucking yuppies and we shop.
What kind? Okay, what kind of butter do you buy?
I don't know.
You don't know what butter?
It's some organic shit we buy from Whole Foods.
How do you not know your butter?
Okay, that's it. Shut it down. We're going to Scott's house. We're about to figure out what's
we need
going
to
on
figure
here.
out your butter
You're
situation.
rather butthurt over this butter situation.
Scott, we gotta find out what side of the biscuit is buttered.
And we need to know what kind of butter you're buttering that biscuit with.
Hi guys, they flew me down for this.
It's very important that we know what kind of butter.
Yeah, actually, we did fly down our good old boy, our good old Canadian boy. Good boy, Canadian.
Yeah, we flew him down.
You've been so obnoxious to me all day. Don't give me that look.
I know,
Don't give
but
me
not
that look.
not on camera. I've kept that private. I keep my bullying private.
We recorded a big thing. I feel like we were pretty condescending to each other in that.
Absolutely, it did end with Scott being slapped a bunch. So
Honestly, the reason that we wanted to launch this show with these guys here is we've been working together for almost 13 years. So we've known each other for 13 years. Yeah. That's the easier thing to say.
13 whole years.
13. So
Jesus.
in that very lucky number, we decided to start a new thing like this. I feel like we can...
I was expecting family.
we're starting a new family. Guys. Nah.
you're pregnant?
I'm pregnant.
How can you get Gronknat?
Pregante.
Can I get my husband prognate?
Let me tell you about MPreg. It's a fascinating process.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, we decided that we'd start a new talk show.
Basically, we've failed on several other podcast attempts through just inconsistency, basically. And
Wait, it's like going good. You want to keep doing it?
not really. We just never really had a format that stuck, and I felt like it's because we were never casual chatting. It was always, okay, what's on the docket? What do we have to talk about
We
today?
need to
What's
talk
this going on?
about this, and this.
But you know what the cool thing about this is?
What's that?
We set up the cameras and the lights. We sit down. We talk.
We have zero plans.
Hold on.
When
you say we, you gotta be clarifying.
specifically me, as this was kind of my baby.
Yeah, it's true, but we gotta give a big shout out to the guys who helped set this up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I fucked off for a very long time until all of this got set up.
Yeah. Okay, look. He says it's his baby, but you didn't raise this baby.
I put the seed in it.
That really, like, legitimately.
I'm the baby daddy of this show.
Yeah, you weren't there for the delivery. You weren't there for the post.
I was off training in space.
Yeah, no. So all
That's
this,
why he looks so good.
Yeah.
Now you want him to put another baby in here. Look at this.
All
Beautiful.
this- I
Look,
want-
Scott. Am I sorry? Can you model for a sec to the
Have
camera?
you read the comments of our
Oof.
Q&A
Ooh,
video?
my Lord.
I have
Hercules.
I have a big
Hercules.
head about myself right now, and thank you.
So the backgrounds were all set up by Stefan, Quinn, and Tyler. And they also
they've made all of this work.
No, like literally everything here was actually those three guys.
Yep.
So thank you to Tyler, Quinn, and Stefan for actually setting up all of this shit. Yeah, we really literally could not have made this without you.
So yeah, we're here. We're going to be trying this out. Eventually, this is going to be a weekly format. This is just our first episode. We wanted to bring Taka down to show this off, record a few things with him, and of course, give him a delicious American Thanksgiving.
After this, me and Nick are going to go bathe a turkey together.
It's already bathing. It's in the brine. You are going to be my sous chef tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing all this shit live over on my personal channel, so you can check that out if you want. Twitch.tv/Lanipator.
I was always confused about sous chef because for the longest time I thought that sous chef was soup chef?
Yeah, me
and
too.
I'm like, is that the chef that makes the soup?
I
Why
assumed.
do you need a separate sous
When I was
chef?
watching Kitchen Nightmares, I was like, why aren't the sous chefs making soup? No wonder this place is going under. The sous chef don't even know what his job is.
It bothers me that I knew what a sous chef was when they said, like, I didn't know what the word sous meant, but I'm like, oh, I guess he's the assistant chef. It's
Why?
just,
I guess, assistant chef, sous chef. Assistant chef.
I mean, it's obviously something French.
Sous chef.
It's
Hi, the sous chef.
like everything that involves a kitchen, a lot of it comes back to France.
Fucking France, man. Why do they have to corner the culinary
They
world
figured
like that?
out food in the Western world very early on.
We're at Sue. We're at Sue chef.
I'm at Sue.
I'm at Sue.
Why are you buying knives at the Sue shore?
So, the format of this,
Oh, we're talking about format now. Essentially, what we're going
What
to
a
do is
hilarious
about
joke, Scott.
format. We
What
are
is
we are
fucking-
free forming this, and yeah, we will have topics of discussion. They'll vary wildly, as they already have.
Yes, they have.
But I guess one of the things that we should talk about is the fact that since we have been working together for 13 years, what are some of the least favorite memories you have with each of us?
Flying down to this
Least
fucking
favorite-
interview.
Oh, absolutely. Let's get to the nitty gritty of it, because we can talk about good stuff all the time. I mean, we're there for each other. We're brothers, but fuck you. We got skeletons.
How come when you shave your beard, you look like a baby?
You de-age the most
Yeah,
when you
no,
shave.
I look like a 12-year-old who hasn't slept in 20 years. But
You look like someone growing too fast. You're like, ah! Look like you wake up one morning, you kind of got that Robin Williams-esque thing going on where you age 10 times faster.
it's very
four
much,
times faster.
It's like John Mulaney when he talks about that tired child.
Yes.
Burning the candle at both ends. Least favorite memories?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to know, like, or at least, like,
How
one that
personal
sticks
can they
out-
get?
One
Like,
that
that's-
sticks out that I feel
I don't know.
comfortable
Let's see.
talking
He's the
about
one
on the
starting.
stream.
Let's see. He's the one starting this, so we'll see how personal we can get.
See, let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay away from getting too personal because
fair.
I feel like that's mean. Oh god.
The fact that you have memories that are mean hurts.
Oh, yeah. Again, 13
Haven't even gotten to me
years.
yet.
I've known you for almost half my life, motherfucker.
Yeah. All right.
Through clenched teeth, he smiles.
I don't know. I would say, like, to generalize it, because I don't want to go over any one particular moment. I think it's you are the hardest motherfucker to keep in contact with, and you own half this fucking company.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's the one thing. Like,
I know that is the biggest gripe with most people with me is the fact that I am terrible at communication. I have a lot of faults when it comes to that because I internalize pretty much everything. Therefore, I am also terrible at like letting people know what my expectations were, which is why I was an awful CEO at this company when it was my job. Because I can't deal with
It is
people.
confirmed here on the Talkcast Podshow.
and about Taka, recording with you. It's just recording.
Guys,
I talked. I posted about this.
directing specifically.
If you watch the Q&A, I already said all of this, but you are a literal nightmare. I love you so much. You are a talented, wonderful brother.
Thank you.
Recording with you is a fucking nightmare.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's for you, dude. That's for you. Just for you. Just for you. Just for you.
Oh my god, that's
deeper.
yeah, no.
There we go. Hey, worst case scenario, I'll use my magic hands.
Fingers.
Magic hands.
But no, recording with me is it's because I'm very I'm very like
You have a tendency to get your head on a way something should be read, and then you have a very difficult time getting off that.
Yeah, it's like no, stop it, stop it,
emphasizing that word.
everything in my body says to say it this way.
trying to sniff that horse.
No, here's the thing you gotta understand. I have fought for hours sometimes so I can get one. I am wording it this way, Scott. It will be aggressive. Ah!
Now, luckily, all I have to do is say, "Hey, give me one or two to script,"
Yep.
and then do your stupid, crazy bullshit.
And you use like how much of the crazy bullshit do
He
you use
uses
on that?
a surprising amount.
Yeah, no, because the thing is, I need to script And then after that, if I get one that's better, that's great. But if I don't get that one to script, and then I get there and I need it, then I have to come back to you being like, Curt.
I hate coming back.
Yeah,
I don't want to make you do that. It's annoying. Like once you sit down with me, let's get it all done.
But we've talked about that. Yeah. You guys.
Yeah, like I was going to say, one thing I was surprised that you did not say about me is the fact that I am notoriously nitpicky when you show me shit.
Oh my god, yes!
I am too now.
I think I'm worse because like I have physically left him exhausted with some of my critiques. God, I am super picky when it comes to timing and when it comes to like certain dialogue reads, which is why I'm not a director.
Yeah, and you know what? To be fair, with the dialogue reads, I actually like to get your input on that, even if I don't always use it. The fact is, here's the thing. I like to get input from both of these guys, regardless of whether or not I end up using it, because I never want this to be my thing. I don't want anything that involves you two in the writing process to be my thing. I want to get your guys' input.
The big thing with us...
But on occasion I won't lie. It usually is after I've so late in the process that you're like, that should change.
Can we move this? That didn't come out as well on screen.
And I'll be like, oh, cool, that was only a day of my life.
That's almost always where it comes from. It's like, because I know how long you work on that stuff. And I know what the effort you put on. I'm just like, I'm about to shatter his world with this, but I hate it, so...
And you know what? That's fair. And sometimes I will actually make the change. I'll be like, fuck you, I'll do it. Other times I won't.
There have been times, and I've always sat back and like, would have been better.
Yeah, and occasionally it goes just fine. It's good. Other times I should have listened to Nick.
I mean, it's like anything is aggregated. It's combined. It's combined for some scripts actually are more one person in the group of us, and that's okay. Like there have been some scripts where Nick actually came up with a primary amount of the ideas we run with, and vice versa.
It's a rarity. Normally, I'm a refiner.
Yeah. But me and Scott are usually the ones like fighting, not fighting, debating.
I will say I like when you bring ideas. Because they always usually have a great tinge to them. I usually like the flavor of whatever new thing you bring in. So What about me? What about me?
Yeah, skip me entirely.
Don't get excited, Christ!
No. I gotta open up my library of things.
Motherfucker.
No. There's a number of things. Again, like you said, you're not trying to make this personal. I'm gonna hold back on some of those.
I got one that's personal about Scott. Hey, can I talk to you?
Oh.
And then I never hear from him for a day. And I assume something bad has happened or I'm in trouble somehow.
And that's why I've stopped doing that.
Yes, you have. Or throw an emoji down so I know the fucking intent.
Yes, I know.
Good God, XDs are there to not cause anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
Cancels it out.
Yeah.
Hey, can I talk to you?
XD. Oh man, honestly, there are the situations between us have always been writers' room things, or whenever it comes down to anything that involves indecision, or specifically, and you've gotten a lot better about this, over-promising stuff.
Yeah.
That has been like oh my God, he said this.
Hey,
stop
guys,
it.
Have you ever been given a date by us and it didn't work out? That was probably my fault.
Yes, we're sorry.
You're
I apologize for Scott.
Yeah, we both do. You are notorious for being like, oh, I can get this done by here, and then I'm also going to do this at the same time, and also this one. And then when you're partway through the first thing, you're like, this is never going to happen.
Yep.
We're stuck. This is coming out in April.
I keep thinking best case scenario, and oftentimes that best case scenario is still unrealistic.
Yep. And so we've been trying to pull back on that just as a group, and you've been getting better about that. If I could share like a memory from the past where I think this was like the third convention we went to.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
St. Louis.
Oh, yeah!
This is probably one of my...
Anime St. Louis!
I don't remember this one, and now I'm scared.
I had a fantastic... here's the thing. The con was fantastic.
Met
a lot of amazing people.
Holy shit, yeah.
But this is one of my least favorite con experiences in general, was do you remember the room they gave us?
Oh, my God.
They put us in a room across the highway from the hotel con.
I remember that.
And I say... a room, the three of us, and there was one bed.
Yeah.
And when we talked to them, like the convention staff, and this is before we were asking for like, hey, could you pay us to come out and stuff like that? We asked the convention staff, who I think have changed since then.
I know. Who knows? But this was a long time ago. Let's clarify that.
Yes, this was very much a long time ago. This was like
10 years ago.
8. 8 years ago.
Yeah, this is like 2010, 2011.
Okay.
One of those. And
Never
we
my job yet.
we asked them like, hey, would it be possible for us to, just get a second room so the three of us aren't sharing a bed? And they rolled their eyes at us.
Yeah. One of them scoffed as well. I was like, oh, man. And that's funny enough. That's actually the first time we ever met Distortion Devil, a.k.a. Connor McKinley.
Very true.
He was a fan of ours, and he came and met us. And
Oh my God, that is where we met Connor.
we didn't know him yet, but then
Yeah,
he
no,
went
we
on to
didn't.
become Paragus in our show. No joke.
Those early conventions, they blend so hard together because
I remember
like,
I busted
it's
my
a-
leg there. I remember that. I had a
we
limp
were
for- I had a limp
still
for-
doing our fake wrestling thing.
Yeah, I had a limp for a year. I deleted those videos.
It was really
Mine are
funny.
not deleted; they are just private, so they
yeah.
still exist.
They were a good silly.
Wait.
When Taka and I were shooting back and forth at each other for the
The fake wrestling
no,
thing.
no. Why are you bringing that up here, or is it just tangential?
That's
This
the one.
is
That's
tangent.
where it all.
Okay,
That's
okay,
where it all
okay.
blew up because I injured myself.
No.
I
was
went.
just-
That's the second.
I was just saying we're talking about our least favorite things about each other.
Yeah, blowing
and
my
then you
leg
brought
out.
that up. I'm like, wait, what?
blowing my leg out was
I
one of
was
those.
going on like tangentially,
Okay.
just like memories.
But yeah, no, I remember that. I remember being pretty upset about it.
I think that was the first time we were ever upset at a convention.
We felt bad for being upset. Like, should we be mad?
We rarely actually get mad at conventions. Some conventions,
We know they're trying very hard to put on a show that's like, I wouldn't be able to wrangle something like that.
yeah. I mean,
They have a volunteer army.
yeah. 90% of the problems we've ever had with conventions wasn't their fault. Even the terrible ones. Even one year at Youmacon, this wasn't their fault, but they ended up having to put us at a hotel.
40 minutes away.
No.
Oh yeah, when we needed to get on the buses
Yeah,
because like
20 minutes away from the convention.
like somebody was having a concert there and then they canceled it anyway, so
Yeah.
that like all these hotel rooms were booked and now you had a whole bunch of angry people there. Yeah, God,
was a complete fiasco. It was a
that was the first time I went to a con where I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket and leave.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that, I was very close to doing that.
It was a really miserable-
I lost my tablet there too.
Yeah. So I will say, not Yomacon's fault, but that was terrible.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah. But I will say, and I know they've changed staff, but man, them giving us one room for 3 adult men
Oh boy.
with one bed was, first of all, just a bad idea, and second, to give us guff and then shit talk us for demanding another room. Not demanding.
That's right,
asking
that's
for it.
right.
Yeah. No. They.
Well,
yeah.
the fans were great. That's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what all conventions are about.
Hell yeah.
But
So
that was the one time, and again, they're cool. Anime St. Louis.
They've never invited us back. Fuck them.
what are you gonna do?
Never been invited back, so obviously they're still terrible and awful. And I'm kidding, they're probably fine.
No, we've been through a lot of those. Like just favorite con memory.
Favorite con memory is
Melbourne.
Tough. Oh fuck yeah!
I wasn't there.
Melbourne-
For that.
The first one you weren't. The second one you were, but
Yay.
it was not quite the same experience.
Yeah, Melbourne was exceptional, not just because of the convention, which was pretty good, but we met a lot of wonderful people there.
There were a lot of
Rachel, Jesse, all you guys. If you're watching,
Sparks.
Good old
Sparks was amazing.
A lot of really
L.
cool.
Benji, oh my god, oh my.
If you guys are watching,
girlfriend.
if you guys are watching, I mean, I know it's the next day and probably like 2 a.m. or some shit, but time zones are weird.
I miss them. I miss them every day, and honestly,
They're our Australian cousins.
They are our Aussie cousins, and one of these days we're gonna come back to Melbourne, and we're going to. The house is gone though.
I know.
It makes me sad. The house is gone.
Yeah, because the first year that Kaiser and I went down there for Manifest, which is also unfortunately gone, we stayed at like they were when we were talking about lodging, like, oh, we could have you at our place, and we were just like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, because we had 2 options. It was either stay at a hostel or stay at their house.
Wait a minute, that's a horror movie.
Yes. So we were like, yeah, we'll stay with you. And it was really fun. It was like, I'd never been in a fraternity for the 2 years of college that I was in it, but I'm imagining that's what it was like. It was
Yeah,
like,
I'm imagining
Except
the
no
same.
homework.
yeah, there was no homework. We just had fun. We stayed up drinking. We played random, like, they had like a whole bunch of video games there, and we tried a bunch of Aussie fare. They were like a minute's walk away from the train station. I remember when we were going to the zoo, our friend Alpha was down there with us.
Oh, that was so.
And she was going to be our guide because she'd been living there for a hot minute. and we were getting our train tickets, and we forgot, we have to go to a machine to get them validated too. So we walked back that way. She didn't see us. She got on the train. We get them validated. The train starts leaving. We see her in the window. No!
Yeah.
And we're like
right out of a movie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, and we were just heading to the zoo, which is like a few train stops away. It was like, well, hopefully she thinks that we're competent enough to do that.
Which she didn't.
She got off and went back. She's like, oh, they're gone! And then got back on a train and met us there.
That's good.
Yeah, that was really funny. That was also the same time we got to pet kangaroos.
They're running around free and they're jacked.
They are fucked. They're just
So here's the thing. They had the gray kangaroos and the red kangaroos. The gray kangaroo was giant and it was behind a fence. It was not allowed to be with the other
It was
kangaroos.
doing the territorial thing too. It was like,
yeah. The red kangaroos, on the other hand, were just kind of wandering around. And once they're eating, they don't give a shit if you pet them. So you can pet them and hold them and just kind of chill with them.
crawl up to you.
They smell like pancakes.
They do. That
favorite convention moment for me. I think you and me. We went to
New Zealand. Was a pretty solid one.
We went to New Zealand, and that was
something about Oceania. Just really nice down that way.
It was really cool going there. This is gonna be a couple of names that I drop in here, just so you know. FYI, this is kind of one of the fun reasons why. Now, we got to go as guests to New Zealand, and it was a fantastic...
For Armageddon Expo.
For Armageddon Expo. Now, they pull some pretty big name guests. We were honored that we weren't even invited. So we had they flew us in a day before the event even started to give us a day of recreation.
Yeah, I got in like a couple days before you so that I could land with my wife on our anniversary. And we spent our anniversary there in Auckland.
That's what was really, it was really awesome. But the next day, I arrived. The next day, they're like, all right, 8 a.m., we're sending a bus to Hobbiton.
Yeah, we're taking you to the Hobbiton set, and you're driving through this beautiful, you drive out of the city of Auckland, and all of a sudden you're just... It's like you go through a portal into another world. It's just rolling green fields.
It's super beautiful. But not only that, the people we went there to that with, it was trippy because we got to meet them slowly throughout the day. Jessica Nagiri and her family.
Yeah,
her family was amazing. Her family was
fantastic.
Oh my god!
So was her boyfriend, fake nerd boy.
Yeah. The fake nerd guy. The fake nerd boy. Not only that, we were having lunch with them, and a very nice lady sat down and was like, can I join you guys? And we have lunch with her. Of course. Then I realized later, that's Pam from Archer. Yep. I didn't even realize she sat beside me. I'm sitting there having lunch beside Pam, one of my favorite characters from that show. And I'm like, But the real story is, and I want to tell this story because it's my favorite story. Mm-hmm. I think you know the story I'm going to tell.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we walk in after we do a signing and met a lot of amazing people. There were 2 stories actually in New Zealand I'm really happy about.
Yes.
This one's more funny in general, which is we come up to the green room and there's Erica sitting across from Malfoy from the Harry Potter movie. Tom Felton's just sitting across
playing a guitar, and my wife is the biggest fucking Harry Potter fan. She reads Drake like
she's white knuckling. She's
she's sitting there trying not to freak out because Malfoy is also one of her favorite characters.
Okay, so me and Nick go out and get food, and we come back.
Yeah, we go.
And we sit down, and he's like, "Ding, hey, where'd you guys get that?"
Yeah, where'd you get that burger? Oh, there's a.
I got up. I'm like, all right, right down there to the right. He's like, oh, dude, thank you.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Cheers, yeah, have a good day, man.
He said, and walks away.
Erica's like, why aren't you freaking out? And I said, he's not the very Harry Potter musical Malfoy. I don't give a shit.
If it were,
I would freak out because I love that shit. And the other story. Now, God bless him. I am forgetting his name. The gentleman, the staff member in question, who's one of the head hosts there.
I'm having a
I
hard time
haven't been
too.
on Instagram in a while. I am forgetting his name. He was a fantastic gentleman, and he's like, so you're a
He's a Samoan gentleman.
He's a Samoan. Yeah, you're a wrestling fan, right? I'm like, yeah.
You're wearing your Bullet Club shirt.
I'm wearing my Bullet Club. I was wearing my Bullet Club shirt. Yeah, yes, I am. Would you like to meet Bad Luck Fale? Yes. So we meet Bad Luck Fale. Jealous, dude.
He gives us a bunch of swag.
He's like, here you go. Here, have some free shirts.
Just some pictures for the gram.
We realize, and when we go to our panel, there's a wrestling ring behind the stage.
Which we noticed beforehand. It's like, oh, cool, this is here. I guess this is where they're doing the show later. We go out to do our panel. We're asking questions. We're asking questions to the audience.
The Bullet Club theme starts playing. Bullet Club for life. And the thing opens up, and there's Bad Luck Fale, and one of his trainees,
one of his students standing in the ring behind us.
And they challenge, they challenge us. So now I'm still nursing off an ankle injury at that point, so I couldn't do anything. But Nick, the brave bastard he is.
Yeah, we get in the ring. We're like, what the fuck you gotta do? Come on, what you gotta do?
Nick gets in the ring with the student, and he does. What does he ask you?
He's so you want to see a real spirit bomb? I'm like, oh, what you got? And he power bombs me. We coordinated the fact it was going to be a power bomb ahead of time. Never do wrestling moves.
He realized you couldn't lift yourself up, so he turned it into a sit down one to safely put you down. No,
I got my neck out of the way, which was the important part.
That's why he dropped you down that way, because he noticed how you were able to get just the upper part, which is the part you got to do. And then you go for a tag, and I walk away in 2 sweet bad luck valet. The end. And that was like one of my favorite memories, because of all fucking things to happen, I got to be on a stage with my friend and share a ring with one of my favorite factions in wrestling.
I point out that Glasgow says come back to New Zealand, you cowards.
Yeah. Hey, Glasgow, we want to come back to New Zealand. We are shouting.
I will live with. Awesome. I will live with you, Glasgow.
New Zealand, no question about it. One of my favorite trips that I've had in my life. Partially due to the fact that Eric and I thought we were leaving a day before we were. We get to the airport. They had a driver assigned for us. We went there. And we go to check in for our flight. It's like, well, you checked in, but it's not for tomorrow. Pardon?
It's for tomorrow.
Yeah, so we got up at like 6 a.m. to get to the airport, and it's like, we don't have a hotel room anymore. Better go. Oh shit, we need to get a ride back there too. Luckily, the driver was there picking up Pam's actress's husband because they were going to, spend some time in New Zealand after the fact. So we were able to hitch a ride back to the hotel. Everything got squared away. The staff there on goddamn point. They got us back in the same room and covered it for us and everything.
They were the staff at this event were they did a fantastic job, at least from our experience.
They were one of the top 5 most organized conventions I think we've been to, in my opinion.
And I did get to meet Nathan Fillion, which was weird. Actually, you know what's really weird? Sharing a carpool with Chekhov.
Yes.
From Star Trek.
I have another.
We shared a car with Chekhov. Now, Chekhov's actor is a bit older now. So, guys, what do you work on? I explained to him in the terms what he did. He's like, that's really interesting. How do you make the lip flaps work? Without me saying lip flaps, he immediately knew what I was talking about. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's been a vet in the business for over 40 years. He's gonna have questions. The whole car ride, I talked about the process of originating. He was like, what a brilliant idea. It was really positive.
The actor who plays Jack Atlas in Doctor Who, I made him gag.
What did you do?
I took a shit in the bathroom before he went into it. Because it was one of those days. I was backed up. I needed to go. I leave the bathroom. I'm like, okay. I leave as he's entering, and I just hear the phrase, oh my God. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put that on my list. I feel bad for him. But you know what? I had to.
You made Jack Harkness
Jack
gag.
Harkness, not Atlas.
Yeah, not Jack Atlas.
Harkness.
Jack Harkness.
It's been a long time since I've seen those seasons of Doctor Who. Forgive me.
One of the guests there was an artist, but he actually did some voiceover work back in the day. He was Thompson and Thompson from the original Tintin cartoons. Yep. When I realized he was Thompson, I'm like, Garrett, shake your hand, good sir. Because, that's from my childhood.
I feel like this is becoming like name dropping.
No, but it's
fun though.
This was a really fun. You remember this trip specifically? It was a very nice trip. But we think we should talk about some other things, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's talk about Scott and his failings.
Yeah.
Scott,
how is Pokemon?
So Scott, why should I be angry about it more than Sun and Moon?
Because they cut over half the Pokemon.
I'm outraged!
Are you telling me that Pokemon Go has more Pokemon in it than Pokemon Sword and Shield?
I mean, Pokemon Go has... Actually, it might have a little...
You know what they should do for Pokemon Go? Only Sword and Shield Pokemon can be caught in England. Really, really flex on them.
Pokemon Go is not an actual video game.
Oh, yes it is.
I honestly, I've been enjoying it enough. Then again, I've been working out more, so it's like... You do something while you're doing something. You want to see my Pokedex?
No!
I mean, the general consensus, I've been casually into Pokemon. I played Sun and Moon because I'm like, oh, that looks neat.
I didn't bother with Ultra.
Nobody bothered with Ultra.
No one bothered.
Ultra was garbage.
I'm not going to say it's garbage because I didn't play it. I'm not going to buy the same game twice.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. At least with Black and White 2, it's a different story and shit. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are just basically...
For me, there's just something really unnerving about the pro tag in Sun and Moon and his blank smile. It's like he's a murderer.
Every Pokemon pro tag.
But him especially. It's him. As he steps around the corner. It's like, he looks like, oh my God, it's him. What if Ash just kept smiling like that and never talked as he's defeating everybody. That would be serial killer level murderer.
That's okay. That's the movie we need. We need Red just doing that versus Ash.
So wait, was Ultra actually different? Because everyone I know
From what I understand, it was different.
Ultra had Endgame, which the first one didn't have.
Oh yeah, the first one. Like, here's the thing: I did not love Sun and Moon on its own. I didn't hate it by any means. Its story was all right.
I enjoyed some of the stuff that they added. I honestly liked the Z moves. I like it a lot better than Dynamaxing or whatever they're calling.
I don't know. So the Z moves are interesting because I would have.
It's got like that Sentai thing going.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of cool.
If we're gonna so there's the Mega Evolutions, then there's the Z moves, then there's
the Mega Evolutions was kind of like the best. I felt like I loved the Mega Evolutions.
Neat. That was neat.
Mega Evolutions were really cool because they were basically reimaginings of the Pokemon
you
that you
could get the Kangaskhan baby to hop out of its mama's pouch, and then it does like a smaller version of the same move. I loved that.
By the way, what I said about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, maybe I'm wrong.
You pulled the Pokemon pin on the grenade. So
I'll backpedal on that one. It's very likely that they were good. I've never heard anyone I know say much good about them at all.
To be fair, like they are like as much as our generation grew up with Pokemon, they are still games that are targeted toward children. So
yes, yeah, and that's why I'm going. So I'm playing Sword right now. So Sword is fun. It's Pokemon. It's still fun. I still get to see these cute new critters. I get to catch them. I get to throw them against other cute critters. I get to walk around and meet all these different people and battle them. I get to go to gyms. That hasn't changed. The fact that a bunch of the old Pokemon that I love not being in there, that kind of sucks. And I won't be able to get my Bulbasaur back until probably the next game. But the Dexit problem, that's only one part of it.
I'll be honest, I'm also a casual Pokemon player. I very rarely cared about what Pokemon were in the game. I would only play with the Pokemon that were in it. I'm not the person that trades stuff forward.
Yeah.
So if these are the Pokemon that are in the game, it would not affect my experience with it. It's always been the route that I've come from. I can understand why so many people would be upset. The people that have their full Pokedex who have been collecting them throughout every generation to keep them all in their bank. I can see why that'd be upsetting.
Yep, I will say this. It's like Jim Sterling said. Unfortunately, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company made a huge point out of it's not about how many Pokemon you have.
It's about catching them all.
First of all, they made it about you got to catch them all. That was the fucking tagline from the beginning. And then the second thing was they emphasized, it's about the relationship you have with your Pokemon. It's not about the cutest or the coolest. It's the one that you love most. And the next thing you know, the one you love most is no longer in the game that you're playing. Mm-hmm. That sucks for some people.
It was unfortunately a perfect storm of problem. First of all, before I think we all can agree, anyone attacking members of the company it's so beyond effed up because that decision came down from higher up. So going after employees is.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what the actual restraints are in it, and frankly, it doesn't really matter to me. The fact is, it is what it is.
Also, I want to point out, yes, I know gotta catch 'em all isn't a thing in the Japanese version. It's just get Pokemon. That's all they say. Pokemon get daze. I know.
The big thing
but it's still a huge part of the marketing in the US.
I'll say this. The big thing for me about Pokemon as I was watching all the stuff came out, it didn't look like a next-gen game. It didn't look like a Switch game. It looked like a ported 3DS game, unfortunately. And that's what it was for me. So I was like, I'm not really interested in this one. I'm going to wait for them to actually, add more animations and actually make it a bit more flowing because in the end, this is one of the most profitable franchises in the world. And this does not look like it reflects it at this current stage. It did in Sun and Moon, but the Switch, maybe they just needed to be longer in the oven.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what they needed. Well, it's hard to say.
So one of the issues that you're ultimately going to find is that Game Freak, and I hate to say this, Game Freak loves what they do. They're also not the best at what they do. Their coding is notoriously bad. If you look at some of the stuff,
not Bethesda bad.
If you've seen some of the stuff for Sun and Moon, look up 100 Lily models.
Okay.
Yeah, Lily has 100 models in the game. Because they couldn't rig her correctly, so they just made up new models.
Changed different things.
Oh my god,
it's pretty rough.
It's interesting. I mean, But you've been enjoying it though. Is kind of the point.
Well, yeah. My point ultimately is that Game Freak is not incredibly good at actually making the games. They're good at design. They're good at marketing. They're good at making something that's appealing and enjoyable and fun.
I'd argue art direction they're also pretty good at.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure the Pokemon Company is the one that does the marketing on these.
Oh, I mean, the marketing is what are they marketing? The things that Game Freak makes. Also, the thing that they make, which is the anime.
Yeah.
But they still have to work with Game Freak and the people who are actually making Pokemon.
The thing is, this was a jump to a whole new generation.
Yes.
And it did feel like unfortunately, it's hard to really say what happened, but in the end, I was my own...
I was trying to get to a point.
Oh, you were taking a long time, though.
I know. Because I like to state my point thoroughly so people can't deconstruct me.
Oh, I want to do that, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him taking the fun out of my fun out of my part of the interview?
Absolutely.
So my point ultimately
I'm
being,
needling you right now.
there's a lot of trouble when they go up they've always been a generation behind.
Yep.
If you look at the old Pokemon games, the first Pokemon was on Game Boy, so they were limited in their scope and size, but they nailed it by having great aesthetic. But as they continued on, they always kind of felt like they were just a little bit behind whatever generation that they were on because they had a size problem from the very beginning. 150 individual characters all on its own is a big fucking ask. And then for each generation, anytime you go up a generation, you have to redo all those sprites.
But the thing about this that makes me not super sympathetic, though, about that production is it's not one of the most profitable franchises. It is the most profitable franchise that has made billions of dollars. The game does not reflect that. And that's why it's not interesting to me, unfortunately.
But here's the thing. Have you played it?
No. It doesn't look like fun to play, but it looks like a Pokemon game. But I'm not interested.
But that's the thing. I will say. I will say this: if
Yeah.
you haven't played it, it's hard for you to judge it purely.
I'm speaking.
You're speaking from like a perspective of these are all the information that you have on it, and you're looking at it, and it's cool that that's not something. Yeah,
I've watched it be played. It just has no interest to me,
and that's cool.
Well, here's the question:
It's not
do you
your
like
cup
playing,
of tea
do you
anymore.
like playing Pokemon in general?
Yeah, but Sun and Moon really. I don't know. I didn't enjoy. I beat
Yeah,
it, and I went.
So it's something that you've kind of fallen out with, and that's fine.
I shrugged off Sun and Moon because I'm like, it's over? Ugh.
And you know what? Actually, to be fair, the fact that when I finished Sun and Moon, I was like, "Where's the end game?"
I was like,
that
ugh.
frustrated the tits out of me.
You know what? And it actually started even in the game before when like, wow, this Lucario seems to really like you. Fuck off! I don't want the Lucario. I put him right in the get out of here. And the second you leave town, hey, want a Lapras? I remember when this was difficult. I remember when you got a rare one, it felt like it really mattered. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm an old man.
But yeah, it is exceptionally tough it is a big franchise and it makes a lot of money. But you can't just throw money at something and make it better. That's just not how it works. You have to work within the scope and design of your team, how many people are working on what, the communication, the time frame. You want to blame anybody? You want to blame someone? Blame Pokemon Company. They're the ones who say, no, see, we've been working on the anime, and the anime has to come out alongside the game, and we want a yearly game release, so don't worry. In Pokemon Sword and Shield 2, we'll fix all these problems. That's basically what Pokemon Company is telling Game Freak when Game Freak has to turn around and say, if you
Pokemon
want this...
Bow and Trebuchet.
Yeah, they're like, if you want these games out in 2019... for the holidays, we're going to have to cut so many Pokemon. And Pokemon Company says, fuck it.
I mean, I know I think they've talked about the fact that they aren't even going to patch them in, but that is something that can be done.
Well, they can do that.
It's a can, not a will. That's what I'm saying. We live in an era where the game you buy is not the game that it will be a year from now. It's kind of weird.
Which, to be fair, is garbage and needs to stop.
Here's the thing. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, you can have things where they add free content to it as you go along, and that's really cool. One thing that I actually I know there's a lot of people that will give Gearbox and Borderlands flack, but Borderlands 3 has been adding like little events, little seasonal events that have been going on as they've been going forward with the game for people who are still playing it. And I think that's really cool because you get to add things as you're going on. But then on the other side of that, you can do something kind of malicious, like with Crash Team Racing, where it was like, hey, yeah, no, there's nothing here, but then they add a fucking store out of nowhere. It's like, hey, you want to buy all your upgrades so you can beat that bullshit boss that you're having trouble with? And I don't even think that's what it is. It might be a cosmetic
we have
shop.
two,
I can't fucking remember. But
people who are more well versed have gone over that subject ad nauseum.
But that's the era that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a double-edged sword, but you can't put Pandora back in the box, as they say. It's just the way things are going. And sometimes it's going to be good. There's going to be pushback. Like everything, it's going to meet in an equilibrium, or else the system will fail. And the system can't fail, or else everything will be bad forever.
So I'd say this end all be all, this Pokemon, sadly very contentious, and I hope that in the future for the next one they kind of like really. I'm gonna give it a play. I'm gonna give it a play when I get a chance.
I
hope they step up next game and make it look like it's on a next gen system.
Honestly, I think it looks fine for what.
Yeah, it's got a cartoony graphic style, and that's fine. It's just
fine. It's Pokemon.
I'm one of those guys who doesn't like the battle animations, and I know those guys can be.
I agree. At some point, like maybe you could actually have the Pokemon tackle something, but
let me put it to you this way. That is literally never going to happen.
It would be difficult as difficult as hell to have a small mouse tackle a giant snake and have it look real.
Yeah, it is. You are literally never going to get the perfect animations that people are wanting.
People don't want perfect animations. They just want like the Pokemon not to hop up and then the character takes a hit.
That one,
they have been making small adjustments.
No, I have a Voltund. His nuzzle is literally the model going like this, and it looks awful. It's terrible.
Yeah,
and to that regard, some of the animations suck. Not all of them. In fact, some of them look gorgeous. Some of them are really good. But the ones that look bad stand out just that much more.
I saw something that someone said. I'll twist it into something I wanted. Kind of maybe we can even move on from this. Is I think a lot of people when they heard it was going to be on the Switch felt it was going to be like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I think it's because after that came out, that was kind of the barometer. That was kind of the barometer on the Switch, and it's far below
Big open world. Mm-hmm. I mean, they did add that hub world in the middle, which I haven't experienced the game, so I can't speak too much of it. I've heard good and bad things. But to move on to that, you've been talking a big game about disliking this, but you've been telling me lately that you've been playing Kojima's latest.
Oh yeah. I've been playing Death Stranding.
You've been playing through Death Stranding.
Would you like me to talk about Death Stranding?
Yes, I would love you to tell me about Death Stranding and how much, because you're continuing to play it. Is it out? Is it because you bought it or because you legitimately enjoy it?
Why not a little bit of both?
So there's a little obligation.
Here's the thing: I like hearing Norman Reedus grunt, and I feel like it is an art form unto itself.
Norman Reedus MR.
Well, no. Norman Reedus, this game. All right, it has so many cool ideas, and Kojima had to try and do them. So the idea, because Rain is called timefall. When it lands on you, time just moves up really quickly. That's the way it works.
Like everything just starts aging, and that's what
and I will sum this up. When a person, because essentially Atom Bomb was the first big scientific breakthrough. The second one was they broke through to the dimension where you go when you're dead. The problem with that scientific experiment was it kind of created the beach. The beach, more or less, is where you go before there. The problem is this allowed other things to come through, and something happened. I haven't got to that part in the game yet. Essentially, it has now changed the fundamental way that our world works. See, when a human dies, they're supposed to go to that lane. Now they don't fully do that, so instead, they explode. An atomic explosion when a person dies. So when a person dies, they have to be burnt immediately. Or they start leaking all this black ichor that starts building up in their bodies, and that's where those creatures come from.
Okay,
that's interesting, right?
Now imagine that explained as convoluted as possible. I will say this: it is interesting in a Kojima way.
It is the most Kojima thing ever. So when a heavy rainstorm comes,
not enough women in latex.
I'll get to her. She also has an umbrella that doesn't work.
By the way, I'm over here because Death Stranding seems like a game that I could probably get into and then hate myself but never put down.
Yeah, thank you for describing it. He's described it very
is it just like a very... it's a very... from what you've described, it's a very zen gameplay loop?
Kojima made an indie game. That is the best way. Kojima made an indie game. With this being said, the storyline-wise, it's really hard to travel around with the Timefall, with the strands,
and carrying your Amazon Prime deliveries on your back.
But the thing is, everyone has to live underground. That's the way, and the only way to deliver is to go outside of safety nets, and only people who can risk that shit can go. But luckily, Norman Reedus is the chosen one for like 3 different reasons, of which I forget. I forget which term meets which. But the point is, he has to try and connect the world, and the whole time, Guillermo del Toro's there to help you out. But not only Guillermo del Toro,
Guillermo.
Die Hard Man. Die Hard Man.
Die Hard.
And by the way, he just has an evil mask. Isn't evil so far as I can tell. Hello, Norman Reedus is me. Die Hardman. Every time I go, it's...
I mean, you're talking about the same guy who, in a Metal Gear spin-off game, created a character named Hot Coldman in the middle of the Cold War.
When people say, I don't like how he put politics into his game, have you played a Kojima game? They're not exactly non-ham-fisted.
Yeah. No, he'll bust into that real quick.
The game itself is interesting. When it rains hard, the creatures come out and you have to kind of avoid them. But now I've been given a thing to throw at them to get them rid of them. So now I'm like, oh, it's not as difficult.
So how many hours have you put into this?
I'd say about 15 to 20.
Okay.
It is an interesting game, but my favorite part of the game, you can walk on the world, build shit, it's fine. My favorite part of the game is the save screen zone where you do shit in that room. Well, you see that stuff where he normally punches the camera? He looks over at the Monster Energy drink, which you have to drink multiple ones to get your stamina back up. So you have to go through that animation multiple times of him drinking Monster Energy drink.
I hear one of the biggest complaints about it is that there's a billion cutscenes, and you have to skip every single one of them. Like, I want to take a shower. There's like, I saw the Donkey video. There's like 7 cutscenes or something.
Yeah, I hit options and hit skip immediately. I'm like, no, I've been through the rigmarole on this one. But my favorite thing to do is make him do all his bathroom things at once while playing the happy Japanese music while he's shitting. And I don't know the lyrics, but it's super upbeat, and he's like, Norman Reedus is squeezing out of shit while it says Norman Reedus's Ride with Reedus, or whatever.
A Hideo Kojima game.
See,
You can't skip those, apparently.
Yes, you can.
No, you can skip them.
I played the game. Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Someone's angry. Someone has now discovered that you can. What game are you playing on?
Yeah,
skip that shit on the PS4.
Yeah, it's like, because every video I've seen that talks about it is like, yeah, you have to skip them, but sometimes there are like 7 different cutscenes to do one thing.
You have grenades 1 and 2 made out of your shit. You literally make grenades out of your shit and your sweat and your pee.
Yeah,
and you're like, be gone, ghost.
It's purely a matter of that I don't think that I could handle the level of micro management that game seems to have.
It is menu navigating, but for some reason I just like picking up people's cargo they drop, like all their equipment, and I go drop it off at the place it says to go to, because like, good work, you're helping out a lot of people. Yeah, because they all fucking suck at this game.
Joe's just carrying this stuff around. He almost walked in the rain.
This entire universe is just a series of Norman Reeduses trying to deliver shit back and forth. This is hell.
One thing that I do like that will be this game's relative downfall when like nobody is playing it. Apparently, when you are doing this stuff and you build something or you help build something, it goes to like the server and like so yeah, people like when you build a bridge, that bridge is there for everybody on your server.
Not everybody. And the thing is, some things you have to build together. Once you're on a server, other areas won't be built. But when you unlock more areas, things slowly get built. And I realized I actually got 1 million likes because likes are like money.
Okay.
I'm not getting likes.
So he's tagging some social media stuff in there
literally
too.
Social likes are currency in the future, which I thought was a bit apt.
I believe that's a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it is. That whole game was a Black Mirror episode. Starring Norman Reedus.
As I said before, this sounds like a game that I would absolutely 100% sit down and play the living shit out of and hate myself for doing so.
Hold on.
And I would play it for hours. I would sit down and continue playing it because this kind of shit sounds fascinating and fun and interesting and a nightmare. An utter nightmare. Sounds like a nightmare.
There are tribes
Exactly.
There are tribes of lost humans who are so addicted to consumption, like consuming, it's in their DNA now. They compulsively take packages. That's all they need. They want stuff. It's the what's left of consumerism from the past generations. I know, right? Again,
I am very glad that we have Kojima here with his paper-thin metaphors.
It really, by the way, guys, it really is Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. And here's my favorite line of Norman Reedus dialogue. Like the quiet. That's all he said. Walking along has been silent for a minute.
My favorite piece of dialogue is, yes, like Mario in Princess Peach. and then it just shows them running on a goddamn beach.
I believe it's like Mario and Princess Peach. Don't you mean Princess Beach?
No. She says like Mario and Princess Peach.
Well, he says Mario and Princess Peach. Then she retorts.
I remember that scene. I went, "Whoa, Kojima! Whoa! Is this your audition for Nintendo?"
Yeah, the game I've been playing most lately is, like you got Pokemon going on, you got Death Stranding going on. I've been playing the hell out of Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yeah, that secret hit. It
is everything I wanted in a Star Wars game for so long.
Yeah.
It feels right.
It feels like you're really a Jedi.
I know that's the joke, but the amount of timing, there's timing puzzles. It's like a cross. The best way I can describe it, it's a cross between Uncharted, Sekiro, and God of War.
In all the right ways.
In all of the right ways. I mean, it has its problems. There are a lot of problems.
I don't mean to take away. I have to finish off one thought with Scott because it's something that he needs to hear.
Oh, okay.
So, Scott, there's one feature of Death Stranding in the narrative that will make you laugh. When you see a rainbow coming, that means the rain is coming and you're gonna die. They're like, "Oh fuck, it's a rainbow! Run! Run before the rainbow catches us!"
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm not kidding. Now,
Skittles taste the rainbow.
Oh no.
But it's everything that I've wanted in a StarArs game for a bit here.
Yeah.
I mean, we played the opening of it last night. We were just chilling on my couch.
Yep.
And it's very cinematic. It feels very Star Wars.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is on points. The controls are tight. The block timing is a little loose. It feels a little wonky at first until you get used to it because you
just gotta get used to the timing.
You press the block button and it's not like Sekiro where it's like, ha! It's like, oh no, I'm preparing myself. But as you're going through it, it just starts feeling better, and the saber combat is just so on point.
Yeah, the best way of describing it, it's like the spiritual successor to the Jedi Outcast or Knight series.
Yeah.
Or Academy.
Jedi Outcast is probably the best thing I can compare it to.
Academy was a direct spin-off, though, and it did feature the same engine.
But it was worse
in a
lot of ways.
Hey, Kyle Katarn is your teacher. He's your Sempi.
I liked Jedi Academy because it allowed you to choose the different saber styles, whether you wanted to be a
big
staff,
sucker,
or if you just wanted to be the single saber, or if you wanted to dual wield. You could do any of that, and that is really cool. I like that.
Yeah, but back to your game you were talking about.
But yeah, I mean, you only have a lightsaber. That is your weapon. You unlock Force abilities, and it's Metroidvania. It'll because I think you have. I don't know how many planets there are total because I haven't gotten that far in. But as you unlock more abilities and more ways to traverse, you can unlock new areas of different planets. You can go re-explore things, find different stuff. And a very novel concept in an EA game, which I think needs to be stated very, very clearly. You don't have to pay for the cosmetics. They are hidden throughout the maps. They reward you for exploring.
This was Respawn apparently made this game, and it really seemed like they didn't tell Respawn what to do.
Yeah,
it really fell across like this.
It felt like EA put this out there to try to prove a point. Like nobody wants single player games, and we're going to show you. That's why they didn't fucking advertise it anywhere. I had seen no advertisements for it, and then today you hear that. Basically, EA's really happy with the performance. Like, oh, maybe people did want this game.
After God of War and Spider-Man, no one can even have that line. They're the best-selling games.
I'd like to, So, you brought up Spider-Man. I'd like to bring up something if we can.
Well, I don't like how he's really
Fallen Order. I played a couple hours of that. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie.
It gets really good. It has so many great set pieces.
No, it's an exceptionally fun game, and I definitely recommend that. If you are a Star Wars fan and a video gamer, you absolutely get this.
I'll say this pretty flat out. I know EA has been fucking up. I was on the get off of EA shit bandwagon as well. I didn't play Battlefront 2 because of the bullshit that was going on, just out of protest. I canceled my Star Wars The Old Republic membership.
Yeah, that hurt.
And I loved playing that game. We had a lot of fun. We had a guild there.
It's true. We could bring them into the story. We could.
Oh my god. And but I feel like there is a time where it's like you need to reward good behavior. And this is a game that I think needs to be supported to show them like, hey, assholes, yes, this is what we want. This is really good.
Now what I was going to say was in the game, there are no microtransactions. There just aren't.
Yeah.
And we need to keep it that way You know how much I loved Spider-Man? I mean, loved Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
It was your favorite game of that year, wasn't
It was my favorite game of that year.
You
It's
really
one of my
feel
favorite
like
games.
you're Spider-Man.
I really felt like I was playing a full single-player experience. The only thing that I had to pay for were the DLC afterward, and at least I truly, honestly felt like those were being developed.
Yeah,
later
no,
in the
they were
process.
extensions of the game.
Yes. I don't think we're gonna get any more at this point.
Probably not.
You're
They're
probably
probably
gonna
going
get
to
us-
make the second game.
I just want the second game to be.
They pulled every rogue they could, except for the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Thank God.
But the amazing thing about that game was that it kept me playing for so many hours.
And the gameplay loop never felt bad.
No, I played a ridiculous amount of that game because as I was playing, I unlocked shit all over. I unlocked all kinds of cool little tidbits. I unlocked
Costumes,
Oh my
gadgets,
god,
upgrades.
and they never made me pay for it. I couldn't have paid for it even if I wanted.
And they
to.
even gave you once you finished unlocking all the stuff that came with upgrades, they gave you free suits. They gave you the Raimi suit for free.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
And
like, here you go.
the Spider-Verse suit for free.
Yeah.
No, it's like don't charge for it. Give it to them for
Or
free.
was that part of a DLC? I
It
can't
builds
remember.
up goodwill.
Meanwhile, other companies, Midway, or any fighting
feel like
game,
Midway's
but-
dead.
Yeah,
Midway's
or not,
super
sorry,
died.
not Midway. Sorry,
2K?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
They make Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. Video
Warner
game
Brothers.
fighting game companies need to fuck off. I'm sorry. The fact is, a lot of people say cosmetics don't affect the game. Okay, then let's just put all the characters in shitty outfits and see how you feel about that. Cosmetics absolutely affect your enjoyment of the game. Otherwise, they wouldn't be a thing.
I mean, it's how DOA makes its money. I made a point of this when we were playing DOA last time, but some of the clothing packs in that game cost more than 3 times the price of the full retail game.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep, that's intentional.
Allow if the cosmetics don't matter, that's bullshit. They absolutely matter because if I like the way my character looks, I'm going to have more
No,
fun.
okay,
playing the game.
Borderlands 3's cosmetics were...
I would like to specify a game I've been playing a lot lately on my streams.
Yeah?
Destiny 2. Now, I know bringing up Destiny upset some people.
It started out rough.
It started out rough and continued to stay rough until recently Bungie bought back Destiny 2 from Activision. And they are now producing their own game.
And Destiny 2 is actually a good game.
And now it's good. They took out immediately, they were charging for shaders. They were charging
Yes,
to
I
color
recall.
your-
I played very early on.
And that upset me greatly. The second they take over, they removed that immediately. Because they knew that was a bad thing.
It's like Destiny 1. Like a year after it's too late, it's a better game.
Yeah, but now it's free to pick up. They charge you for the expansions and a season pass, but all the game and all the previous expansion packs are free, which I was kind of shocked at. I'm like, really? You're just okay? I mean, you just want people playing this game, and it was genuinely fun. I mean, it's a Bungie shooter.
Bungie makes a good shooter.
Yep.
I mean, Halo Reach is still one of my favorite shooters of all time, and I really wish that in Destiny they would let you fly your fucking ship and do cool shit.
You
with
know
it.
they want to do that next one.
I'm surprised they didn't do it with this one.
No,
Because
they didn't have enough time. They had to produce another one immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I bought Destiny 1. I bought the Destiny 1 PS4. I have the
same.
Destiny 1 PS4. And the thing is, I am really happy with the direction they've taken it because they now have gone more of a pro-consumer thing. Not only do your missions give you a glimmer, which you can then buy...
That's your like cosmetic thing, right?
You can do that with silver points instead.
Okay.
Or you can just do quests and earn it that way. It gives you both options.
So they just have like a billion
and
different
they have a rotating thing that you can buy with Glimmer. If you want to buy all the special shit, you can buy
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But then you have it forever. Forever. You don't.
Yeah.
It's always in your book. Same with the shaders. So originally they charged for every single shader. Now it's just in a giant repository that you have forever.
Okay.
And
That's- that is the better way to do it.
And that was a pro-consumer thing that they did, which I support.
The thing that I always like to do in the Halo games, especially like from Halo 3 and onward, was in the multiplayer mode of that. You as you do certain things in multiplayer games, you unlock different sets of armor to make yourself look cool. It's a level of progression that rewards you for playing the game, and that's what I appreciate. There's a game I'm playing right now quite a bit, Team Fight Tactics, which is a spin-off of League. It's an auto battler. I enjoy it a lot because it's just the way my brain enjoys things. And one of the things that you can unlock as you play through is you can unlock various cosmetic things. There are like these little creatures that are your avatars for your chess set board that are walking around. They all have different emotes. Those are fun. I have one that does a Vegeta charge up and a so I'm cool with that. But you can also unlock different board spaces. And some of the more premium board spaces look really cool, but you can only unlock them by playing through the game enough to unlock that certain board, and given a certain season. And I appreciate games that require you to play them in order to get those prestige items.
So, Overwatch.
We're gonna open up that can of worms.
Oh my God!
Well,
really?
okay, yeah,
I played very early on.
we're not going to go
Meh.
into certain things. But I ended up uninstalling Overwatch a while ago. Do you know
wonder
why?
why.
Because I was losing so much fucking money and time on this game. Okay, so I like playing Overwatch. But part of it is that I like to own certain things for certain characters. I love Roadhog. I mean, I really love Roadhog.
You have a Roadhog hoodie.
Yes, I have a Roadhog hoodie. I have a Roadhog statue. I love Roadhog. He's my boy.
He's your boy.
We just need to get you a big Roadhog beanbag chair.
Oh my God, yeah.
Do they not make those?
Yeah, you go on Etsy. You never know what you'll find.
Besides him, it's Reinhardt and Junkrat.
You like big boys and a wiry boy.
I'm a Reinhardt guy when I played.
But thing was, I put 500 hours into Overwatch.
That's more than I think we put. That's more than I think I put into TFT when we were playing that together.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I have bought and have been bought collectively over 150 boxes.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay, that's what a buck per box, or it's more than that, right?
Probably, yeah.
It's like I feel like it's a buck or two per box. So
Yeah.
that's almost.
It's probably closer to 200 boxes because I'm not going to name names, but somebody keeps buying me boxes.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
very nice of them.
Yes,
I didn't even know you could gift boxes. That's kind of
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that is a
That's
sneaky way.
That's
of,
dangerous.
Oh
Yeah, especially for a
absolutely.
game that people stream. That's
Yeah.
borderline
So
predatory.
I'd like to point out
Smidge.
over 500 hours, over 200 boxes.
How much do you value your time, like per
Oh,
hour?
hold on.
Okay.
I still have not gotten all the things I want. Not everything. Everything
They do it
that I want.
Orange, you can't just go buy the things you want.
You can't. You get gold, but getting gold in that game is a miserable experience.
When that's-
and during times where it's during the limited scope when you want to get those holiday
the
skins,
holiday events that they don't re-release until next year,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, good fucking luck. You better have been able to get all the money or happen to have got them in the boxes, because if you didn't, you're fucked.
They do timed exclusives on RNG drops. It's really messed up.
Yeah, it sucks. In fact, that's usually when I've gotten all those boxes, hopefully getting them. Why am I spending $50 extra on your stupid fucking game, Blizzard, to get everything that I want during Christmas? Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry.
For that and other reasons.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry. That's bullshit. I should not be spending an entire game's worth to maybe get the things that I want.
Here's the biggest problem. It's the fact that, like you said, you bought the boxes. You bought in. You contributed to this bad behavior.
And I deleted
you are an enabler.
And I installed the game. I uninstalled it because I'm like, this is the
here's
worst.
the thing. You didn't uninstall your money from their accounts. They still have that.
Quick, uninstall the money, Scott.
It's a matter of, and this is me just being pro-consumer here.
Yeah.
Vote with your wallet. Admittedly, I probably bought a lot of things in games that I shouldn't have, but you know, it's about growing up and realizing I probably shouldn't do that, or realizing that, you know, if I don't get that skin, it sucks. I really want it.
I did not want to stop playing.
By the way,
WoW
it was
Classic.
Probate, by the way. He came into the chat. Yeah, Probate, I love you. Thank you for helping make my gaming experience a little less stressful. By
Probate
helping
has
me get the
made
stuff that I
many
want.
things possible
I mean,
for many people.
Yes, but specifically here, I'm not upset that you bought me the boxes, although I do feel like you probably have wasted your money, and I'm sorry. But you did make my experience more enjoyable, so for that, I thank you. Thank you very much.
Do you think we should keep complaining about video games or talk about our projects we're working on?
I mean, like, here's the thing. Again, we have no real agenda here, and I was actually really enjoying this conversation.
Oh yeah, no,
But if
I did not want to stop playing WoW Classic.
Yeah,
I have to morally do this.
I heard there was like, I barely played WoW when it was actually hot, and when WoW Classic came out, I heard that there were like nightmares of like those individual mobs that would spawn, and there'd just be lines of people waiting to hit.
Oh,
that
you think
specific
there's
thing.
lines? That's fun. There's not lines.
I heard like okay.
What is this?
WoW
Classic.
Classic. In WoW Classic, there
was a WoW
are
guy when I
certain
was a kid.
mobs that are like
Low
class objectives.
Low respawn weights.
Yeah, so in some servers, I guess in some servers there was just chaos, but in some servers I heard that there were people just lining up, each of them maxing out the party as best they could, and then they would each try to cycle through to get the mob.
And I say there weren't lines because people weren't adhering to that. We're just trying to get it immediately.
Oh
so,
yeah, I know there were people that would do that, but
Yeah.
in civilizations where...
It was
I
weird.
don't know about you horde monsters.
So I'm going to speak to this. It was weird going back to the Barons because it was the same people who were in the Barons beforehand, but they're all adults now. So I'm flying to the Barons. Now, for those who don't know what the Barons chat is,
it's just the biggest fucking space.
it is
Horde.
it is 4chan before 4chan. It was the shit postings area because it is the biggest zone in the game. It was the biggest zone in the game, and it was boring. It was like an African safari with maybe 3 or 4 hills. That was about it. What's that?
It's just plain.
Person who's never played WoW.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. So the thing is,
it's just nothing but red-brown as far as the eye can see.
I was walking into the zone. I had read some truly horrendous things in Baron's chats over the years. So I'm about to walk over the bridge into the zone. All right, time to see what I'm gonna say. The first thing, and then I realized what happened. It was 9/11 that day.
Oh no.
I walk over, and the first thing I read, anyone know any good 9/11 carols? See? Right there. And I'm like, Baron's chat, I hardly missed ye. It was fun to play it to a certain extent, but then the big controversy happened, and I'm like, I have to stop playing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's a thing.
It really is, but I'm really enjoying playing right now City Skylines. I went back to it.
Oh my god!
That's your go-to relapse
Hell
game, right?
yes, my bonsai tree, baby. Yeah. Like, I'm playing the new campus. I built a college for liberal arts, and I'm overcharging, so they're all in debt.
City Skylines is what happened when the people who made The Sims completely...
SimCity.
Is that
No.
It is, if only because I'm pretty sure a completely different studio works on SimCity.
A completely different studio made it originally. A bunch of the old Sims and SimCity devs have been hired by them.
Yeah.
And that's why...
City Skylines is what came in to fill the void of SimCity.
And they do their $10 DLCs, and they're every time full mod support. It's a fantastic buy, and that's why I put my money into it, because they don't insult me.
Erica loves that game too. Yeah. It's one of those games where you just, okay, I'm just gonna do this for right now. What do they need? Okay, they need more fresh water. Here we go, and we'll get that to that neighborhood, and they have power now. Why is nobody moving over there? Do they need a park?
They usually do.
That sounds like Erica, actually. Do they need a park?
But it's I can see why you'd play that game. It's but you do want to talk about some stuff that we've been working on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make that quick because I just got the 5 minutes.
We got
What?
5 minutes. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Why 5 minutes?
Because they have to set up for the
Pokemons
Nuzlocke
at 7, and they don't want to have to like scramble.
Well, we do hope everybody's been enjoying
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
We do hope everybody's been enjoying your time here with us. Just to go down some stuff that we are working on. We actually worked on another script for a Dragon short here just before starting this.
Can I at least just tell them the name?
Yes.
Go for it.
The name of it is Android Date Teen.
That's a working title. And
Bullshit!
We're gonna call it Krillin Date 18 Girl.
The next one, you know what? Can I tell them the name of the title from the next episode?
Yes.
Tien the Triclops. We're finally releasing the song, guys, after all these years.
It's Rankin Bass style.
The name for the next episode, the next Dragon short is Midwife Crisis.
Yep. And also
read into that as much as you can.
Yeah, we're also going to be releasing the Bojack movie.
Oh man, open that! The death glare on this man.
Scott, you knew I. Oh, I feel sick from that.
I'm gonna punch
Scott,
him
your
in the
stare is hurting me.
He's burning you. He's burning you.
Ow! So, but you joke, Nick, but the original Christmas Trio Might's going to be in there too. It's going to be one video.
Thank you for all spitting more luck for the 500 bits. This was super cool, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, hell yeah, we did. This was a lot of fun.
This is something that we're hoping to make happen more often.
Yeah,
this is just so we can sit back and talk about shit and not have to worry about anything else.
The problem is we want to do it for an hour and a half, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm raring to go.
I'm now warmed up. I'm now really ready to get into the real things I'm mad about. I don't want to have time.
So let's talk about capitalism.
No.
Let us talk next time.
Guys, thank you so much.
On the talk show pod, on the pod show Talkcast.
The Talkcast Podshow.
Talkcast Podshow.
Talkcast Podshow.
Best show on the internet and America's #1 brand of butter.